Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Exposition of the Holy Quran. By Allama G.A Parwez. Sura 9. At-Tawbah verse 1-70.
براءة من الله ورسوله إلى الذين عاهدتم من المشركين فسيحوا في الأرض 4 أشهر واعلموا أنكم غير معجز الله وأن الله مخزي الكافرين وأذان من الله ورسوله إلى الناس يوم الحج الأكبر أن الله بريء من المشركين ورسوله فإن تبتم فهو خير لكم وإن توليتم فاعلموا أنكم غير معجز الله وبشر الذين كفروا بعذاب أليم.
1-3. As already stated in 144. The Rasul and the Jama'atul Mu'minin in Medina had constant yearning that they should have possession of and jurisdiction over Makkah, which Allah had decided to be the center of the divine order. It took about 8 long years of hard struggle and frequent wars to conquer Makkah in the year 8th of Hijrah. Treaties were made with the opponents, the Mushrikeen, who violated them frequently. In view of this, a proclamation was made by the divine system at the occasion of the Grand Assembly of Hajj. O Mushrikeen! The divine order with which you had made a treaty is now absolved of it. You are, however, free to move about in the land as you like for a period of 4 months. Mind it that you do nothing to weaken the order, otherwise you will be put to humiliation. If you desist from your mischief, it will be better for you. But if you revolt, you should know that it will not be possible for you to weaken the divine order, and a painful chastisement shall await you.
إلا الذين عاهدتم من المشركين ثم لم ينقصوكم شيئا ولم يظاهروا عليكم أحدا فأتموا إليهم عهدهم إلى مدتهم إن الله يحب المتقين.
4. The above proclamation does not apply to those who have not violated their treaties with the divine order nor aided anyone against it. Therefore, execute the terms of the treaty as agreed to for the period of its duration. Allah likes those who honor their commitments.
فإذا انسلخ الأشهر الحرم فاقتلوا المشركين حيث وجدتموهم وخذوهم واحصروهم واقعدوا لهم كل مرصد فإن تابوا وأقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة فخلوا سبيلهم إن الله غفور رحيم.
5. If after the expire of these forbidden 4 months, the Mushrikeen still persist in their mischief, then you should wage war against them, capture them, lay siege upon them and lie in wait for them and ambush them. But if they desist and, having accepted Islam voluntarily, join you in the establishment of the Nizam of Salat and Zakat, do not pursue them any longer, for Allah is Protector and Rahim. 9. 11.
وإن أحد من المشركين استجارك فأجره حتى يسمع كلام الله ثم أبلغه مأمنه ذلك بأنهم قوم لا يعلمون.
6. If any of the enemies, mushrikeen, seeks your protection, grant him asylum and explain Allah's laws to him. Then if he desires to go back, provide him safe conduct to his place of security. He does not know how beneficial it is for him to live under the umbrella of the divine order as a Muslim or even as a non-Muslim.
كيف يكون للمشركين عهد عند الله وعند رسوله إلا الذين عاهدتم عند المسجد الحرام فما استقاموا لكم فاستقيموا لهم إن الله يحب المتقين.
7. How can the treaties with these enemies be trusted by the divine order when they are violated at every opportunity? The exception is those who made the treaty at Kaaba and kept it. As long as they keep it, you should do likewise. Allah likes those who honor their commitments.
كيف وإن يظهروا عليكم لا يرقبوا فيكم إلا ولا ذمة يرضونكم بأفواههم وتأبى قلوبهم وأكثرهم فاسقون اشتروا بآيات الله ثمنا قليلا فصدوا عن سبيله إنهم ساء ما كانوا يعملون.
8-9. How can the treaties of the mushrikeen be trusted? They are a people who, whenever they have a slight edge over you, respect neither the ties of kinship nor any agreement that they have entered into. They want to keep you happy with cajolery while their faces belie their hearts. The majority of them are fasiqeen. They barter the terms of the treaty for paltry gains and turn others aside from the path of Allah. How evil is that which they do!
لا يرقبون في مؤمن إلا ولا ذمة وأولئك هم المعتدون.
10. So far from adhering to the terms of the treaties made with the divine order, they do not even respect their ties of relationship with the believers. They transgress beyond the limits of social relationships. 42. 23.
فإن تابوا وأقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة فإخوانكم في الدين ونفصل الآيات لقوم يعلمون.
11. If they voluntarily accept Islam and join you in the establishment of the Nizam as-Salat and Zakat, you should regard them as brothers in Islam. Thus we make our directives clear to people of understanding.
وَإِن نَكَثُوا أَيْمَانَهُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ عَهْدِهِمْ وطعنوا في دينكم فقاتلوا أئمة الكفر إنهم لا أيمان لهم لعلهم ينتهون.
12. But if after taking the oath of alliance with you, they break it and taunt and revile your deen, then there will be no alternative for you but to engage in war against their archetypes of kufr so that they may desist from further mischief.
ألا تقاتلون قوما نكثوا أيمانهم وهموا بإخراج الرسول وهم بدؤوكم أول مرة أتخشونهم فالله أحق أن تخشوه إن كنتم مؤمنين.
13. Just think, what hesitation could there possibly be in fighting against those who break their oaths so frequently, expelled the Rasul and attacked you first? Do you fear them? If you are true mu'mineen, you should fear only the consequences of disobeying Allah's laws.
قاتلوهم يعذبهم الله بأيديكم ويخزهم وينصركم عليهم ويشف صدور قوم مؤمنين ويذهب غيظ قلوبهم ويتوب الله على من يشاء والله عليم حكيم.
14-15. So wage war against them. Allah will chastise them through your instrumentality, and put them to shame by giving you victory over them, victory which will relieve you of the fear and anxiety on account of your enemies. Despite all this, the doors of repentance are still open to them. This is how Allah's law operates. He knows and is wise. 8. 17, 22. 40.
أم حسبتم أن تتركوا ولما يعلم الله الذين جاهدوا منكم ولم يتخذوا من دون الله ولا رسوله ولا المؤمنين وليجة والله خبير بما تعملون.
16. O Jama'atul Mu'mineen, do you think that the victory promised to you will come to you even if you do nothing? After your profession of faith, it will be made known who amongst you struggled hard in the cause of Allah, and befriended none other than Allah, the Rasul, and the Jama'atul Mu'mineen. Allah is fully apprised of what you do. 2. 214, 3. 141, 29. 1-2.
ما كان للمشركين أن يعمروا مساجد الله شاهدين على أنفسهم بالكفر أولئك حبطت أعمالهم وفي النار هم خالدون.
17. It is obvious that the masajid, the centers of divine order, should not be maintained by the mushrikeen whose rejection of this order is self-evident. All their activities will go waste and in fire they shall abide.
إنما يعمر مساجد الله من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وأقام الصلاة وآتى الزكاة ولم يخش إلا الله فعسى أولئك أن يكونوا من المهتدين.
18. These masajid should only be maintained by those who believe in Allah and the hereafter, establish nizam as-salat and zakat and expected to follow the right path.
أجعلتم سقاية الحاج وعمارة المسجد الحرام كمن آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وجاهد في سبيل الله لا يستوون عند الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين.
19. It is true that the mushrikeen used to provide drink to the pilgrims and maintain the sacred mosque, but can they be placed equal to those who believe in Allah and the life hereafter and strive hard in the cause of Allah? They cannot be regarded as equal in the estimation of Allah. The Zalimin can in noise be considered as following the right path.
الذين آمنوا وهاجروا وجاهدوا في سبيل الله بأموالهم وأنفسهم أعظم درجة عند الله وأولئك هم الفائزون.
20. Mark that those who believe in Allah and the life hereafter and who abandon their homes and struggle in the cause of Allah with their possessions and their persons rank high in the estimation of Allah. These are they who will attain success.
يبشرهم ربهم برحمة منه ورضوان وجنات لهم فيها نعيم مقيم خالدين فيها أبدا إن الله عنده أجر عظيم.
21-22. They receive glad tidings of rahmat from their Rabb and of lasting bliss. They harmonize their lives with Allah's laws, and as a result of this, they live blissfully beyond the count of time. This is a great reward for them from Allah.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا آباءكم وإخوانكم أولياء إن استحبوا الكفر على الإيمان ومن يتولهم منكم فأولئك هم الظالمون.
23. O Jama'atul Mu'minin, do not take your fathers or your brothers for friends if they prefer kufr to iman, and whosoever amongst you will do so will be deemed to be from the Zalimin.
قل إن كان آباؤكم وأبناؤكم وإخوانكم وأزواجكم وعشيرتكم وأموال اقترفتموها وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره والله لا يهدي القوم الفاسقين.
24. O Rasul, tell the Mu'minin, if your fathers and your children and your brothers and your wives and your kith and kin and the wealth that you have acquired and the merchandise whose depreciation you fear and the dwellings of which you are very fond, are dearer to you than the divine order and striving in the cause of Allah, then wait and see what Allah's law of mukafat will disclose. You know well that Fasiqeen cannot follow the path leading to blissful life.
لقد نصركم الله في مواطن كثيرة ويوم حنين إذ أعجبتكم كثرتكم فلم تغن عنكم شيئا وضاقت عليكم الأرض بما رحبت ثم وليتم مدبرين ثم أنزل الله سكينته على رسوله وعلى المؤمنين وأنزل جنودا لم تروها وعذب الذين كفروا وذلك جزاء الكافرين ثم يتوب الله من بعد ذلك على من يشاء والله غفور رحيم.
25-27. This is a fact that Allah has helped you on many a previous occasions, especially on the day of the Battle of Hunain. You were misled by your larger numbers, which could, however, be of no avail to you. Despite its vastness, the earth straightened on you and you had to turn back from the battle. It was then that Allah, through unseen hosts, infused in the hearts of the Rasul and the Mu'minin the spirit of a steadiness and self-assurance and defeated the Kafirin as they deserved to be. Your faltering was unintentional, hence Allah gave you protection. 8, 10, 9, 40, 3, 125, 41, 30.
يا أيها أيها الذين آمنوا إنما المشركون نجس فلا يقربوا المسجد الحرام بعد عامهم هذا وإن خفتم عيلة فسوف يغنيكم الله من فضله إن شاء إن الله عليم حكيم.
28. O Jama'at al-Mu'minin, the custodianship of the Kaaba cannot be with the Mushrikeen on account of their impurity. Asterisk 1. Of heart. They should, therefore, not come near the sacred mosque after this year. If you fear that their absence will be detrimental to your business and impoverish you, remember that you will receive such abundant nurture from Allah in accordance with His laws that you will not be needy. Allah is knowing and wise.
قاتلوا الذين لا يؤمنون بالله ولا باليوم الآخر ولا يحرمون ما حرم الله ورسوله ولا يدينون دين الحق من الذين أوتوا الكتاب حتى يعطوا الجزية عن يد وهم صاغرون.
29. In addition to Mushrikeen, there are Al-Kitab who oppose the divine order in like manner. They do not truly believe in Allah and the life hereafter. 2. 137. They live within the boundaries of the Islamic system as non-Muslims and enjoy full human rights but do not adhere to the laws which apply to them. There is, therefore, no alternative but to fight with them also until they surrender and agree to pay the exemption tax. Jizya. With a willing hand after having been subdued in the war.
وقالت اليهود عزير ابن الله وقالت النصارى المسيح ابن الله ذلك قولهم بأفواههم يضاهئون قول الذين كفروا من قبل قاتلهم الله أنى يؤفكون.
30. The Jews have taken the Egyptian god Osiris as the son of Allah, and Christians have taken the Messiah to be the son of Allah. They utter such words without thinking in imitation to the Kafirin before them who used to entertain similar beliefs. They deserve the imprecation. May Allah destroy them. How they are deluded from the truth.
اتخذوا أحبارهم ورهبانهم أربابا من دون الله والمسيح ابن مريم وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا إلها واحدا لا إله إلا هو سبحانه عما يشركون. يريدون أن يطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم ويأبى الله إلا أن يتم نوره ولو كره الكافرون. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون.
31-33. Not only do they create sons of Allah, the Jews also take their rabbis and priests for Allah, and the Christians deify Jesus, although they were all enjoined to obey only Allah, except whom none has authority in the universe and who is far above those whom people set up as his peers. 18. 26, 18. 11. Their ardent desire is to extinguish the light of Allah with such utterances, but Allah will not allow this to pass. For He has willed to spread His light in fullness, no matter how much the Kafirin abhor it. For this purpose He has sent His Rasul with true guidance and a divine order which should prevail over all human orders, much to the dislike of the Mushrikeen. 48. 28.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن كثيرا من الأحبار والرهبان ليأكلون أموال الناس بالباطل ويصدون عن سبيل الله والذين يكنزون الذهب والفضة ولا ينفقونها في سبيل الله فبشرهم بعذاب أليم يوم يحمى عليها في نار جهنم فتكوى بها جباههم وجنوبهم وظهورهم هذا ما كنزتم لأنفسكم فذوقوا ما كنتم تكنزون.
34 to 35. O Jama'at ul-Mu'minin, a good many of the monks and priests devour others' property and turn them away from Allah's path. There are others who hoard gold and silver and do not keep it open for use in the way of Allah. For both are tidings of grievous chastisement. On the day of reckoning, the gold and silver will be heated in the fire of Jahannam and their foreheads, sides and backs will be branded therewith, and it will be said to them, this is what you had treasured up for your exclusive use and deprived the needy of it. Taste then your treasures which you had amassed. 70. 18, 104. 6 to 7.
إن عدة الشهور عند الله 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها 4 حرم ذلك الدين القيم فلا تظلموا فيهن أنفسكم وقاتلوا المشركين كافة كما يقاتلونكم كافة واعلموا أن الله مع المتقين.
36. According to Allah's law of nature, there are 12 months in a year ever since that law has been in operation. Of these 4 are declared as sacred during which waging war is prohibited. This is the right system. 2. 217. Do not wrong yourselves by initiating warfare during these months. But if notwithstanding the sacred character of these months, the mushrikeen attack you in a body, you can do likewise and always remember that Allah is with those who adhere to His laws.
إنما النسيء زيادة في الكفر يضل به الذين كفروا يحلونه عاما ويحرمونه عاما ليواطئوا عدة ما حرم الله فيحلوا ما حرم الله زين لهم سوء أعمالهم والله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين.
37. Remember, those months in which Allah has forbidden to wage war are not to be intercalated. This in fact amounts to violating the treaties and the international law. Such intercalation is but one more instance of their refusal to acknowledge the truth, a means by which those who are bent upon denying the truth are led astray. They declared a month to be sacred one year, but made it sacrilegious next time, thus making the number of months sanctified accord with theirs. And by such adjustments the month forbidden by Allah are made lawful by them. The gains that accrue to them in this way, seemed very fair to them. But Allah does not grace with His guidance people who refuse to acknowledge the truth.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا ما لكم إذا قيل لكم انفروا في سبيل الله اثاقلتم إلى الأرض أرضيتم بالحياة الدنيا من الآخرة فما متاع الحياة الدنيا في الآخرة إلا قليل إلا تنفروا يعذبكم عذابا أليما ويستبدل قوما غيركم ولا تضروه شيئا والله على كل شيء قدير.
38 to 39. O Jama'atul Mu'minin, sometimes it happens that when you are asked to march forth in the cause of Allah, some weak-minded amongst you act as thought they are rooted in the earth. They prefer worldly gains to the blessings of the life hereafter, although the gains offered by the life of this world are insignificant in comparison to what the life of the hereafter offers. Remember, if you do not march forth, Allah will certainly chastise you with a serious chastisement, that He will replace you by another people. 47, 38, 70, 41. You can do no harm to Allah since He has control over everything. 21, 10.
إلا تنصروه فقد نصره الله إذ أخرجه الذين كفروا ثاني اثنين إذ هما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا فأنزل الله سكينته عليه وأيده بجنود لم تروها وجعل كلمة الذين كفروا السفلى وكلمة الله هي العليا والله عزيز حكيم.
40. If you do not assist your Rasul in the establishment of the divine order, know that Allah will do so, just as Allah helped him at the time when Kuffar drove him away out of Makkah, with only one by his side, and the two had repaired into a cave when the Rasul had said to his companion, grieve not. Be certain that Allah is with us, and will not let our enemies triumph over us. Thus did Allah set his heart at ease and assisted him during the battle of Badr by means of unseen hosts. 9. 26. The purpose of this confrontation was that the man-made systems of the Kafirin should be defeated and Allah's system prevail triumphantly, for Allah is Almighty Wise.
انفروا خفافا وثقالا وجاهدوا بأموالكم وأنفسكم في سبيل الله ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون.
41. Therefore, O Jama'atul Mu'minin, do not consider yourselves as weak. March forth in the cause of Allah with whatever equipment you have, light or heavy, and strive with all your possessions and your lives. This will bring you good if you can understand it.
لو كان عرضا قريبا وسفرا قاصدا لاتبعوك ولكن بعدت عليهم الشقة وسيحلفون بالله لو استطعنا لخرجنا معكم يهلكون أنفسهم والله يعلم إنهم لكاذبون.
42. So far as hypocrites are concerned, they create problems when the occasion for war arises. If they were assured of a speedy gain and the journey was not too arduous, they would readily agree to follow you. But if the circumstances were adverse, they would make excuses for not participating, swearing by Allah, had we been able to go, we would certainly have gone forth with you. By their false oaths they harm only themselves, because Allah knows that they are liars.
عفى الله عنك لما أذنت لهم حتى يتبين لك الذين صدقوا وتعلم الكاذبين. 43. O Rasul, Allah forgive you. Why did you permit them so readily to stay away?
If you had waited for a while they would have exposed themselves and thus given you an opportunity to tell apart those who were truly staunch in their iman and those who were liars.
لا يستأذنك الذين يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر أن يجاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم والله عليم بالمتقين.
44. The truth is that those who truly believe in Allah and in the life hereafter will never ask to be exempted from fighting with their possessions and lives in the cause of Allah. Allah knows well about the muttaqeen.
إنما يستأذنك الذين لا يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر وارتابت قلوبهم فهم في ريبهم يترددون.
45. Exemption is sought only by those who do not truly believe in Allah and the life hereafter, whose hearts are filled with doubt which makes them hesitant to act.
ولو أرادوا الخروج لأعدوا له عدة ولكن كره الله بعاثهم فثبطهم وقيل اقعدوا مع القاعدين.
46. It is obvious that if they had intended truly to set out with you they would have made some preparations for doing so, but Allah was averse for their taking to field. So He caused them to hold back, when it was said, "You may stay at home," along with all the others who stay at home.
لو خرجوا فيكم ما زادوكم إلا خبالا ولأوضعوا خلالكم يبغونكم الفتنة وفيكم سماعون لهم والله عليم بالظالمين.
47. If they had accompanied you they would have added nothing to your strength but mischief and also created disaffection amongst your ranks by scurrying to and fro. From which, some who were like them, would have readily paid heed to them. And Allah has full knowledge of the evildoers.
لقد ابتغوا الفتنة من قبل وقلبوا لك الأمور حتى جاء الحق وظهر أمر الله وهم كارهون.
48. What they are doing is nothing new, they have done it before when they attempted to stir up disaffection amongst your followers and contrived, in diverse manners, to make things difficult for you till the truth prevailed and Allah's order succeeded despite their chagrin.
ومنهم من يقول ائذن لي ولا تفتني ألا في الفتنة سقطوا وإن جهنم لمحيطة بالكافرين.
49. Of these hypocrites there are some who, individually ask for your permission to stay away and be spared the trouble of going to war. Mark. Is not their present behavior a cause for their own trouble? The fact is that Jahannam certainly encompasses them.
إن تصبك حسنة تسؤهم وإن تصبك مصيبة يقولوا قد أخذنا أمرنا من قبل ويتولوا وهم فرحون.
50. If success betides you it grieves them, if adversity overtakes you, they say to themselves, we were careful to protect ourselves in advance. Rejoicing, they turn away.
قل لن يصيبنا إلا ما كتب الله لنا هو مولانا وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون.
51. Say to them, whatever will befall us will be in accordance with Allah's law of mukafat. He alone is our protector and so in him alone the mu'mineen should repose their complete trust.
قل هل تربصون بنا إلا إحدى الحسنيين ونحن نتربص بكم أن يصيبكم الله بعذاب من عنده أو بأيدينا فتربصوا إنا معكم متربصون.
52. Say to them, you are simply waiting to see which of the two events befalls us, defeat or success. We welcome both. In the case of defeat, if we are slain, eternal blissful life will be our reward. If we are victorious, it will help us continue our struggle for the establishment of divine order. On our part, we will wait to see Allah chastising you by external means or through us. 9. 14. So you wait, and surely we shall also wait with you.
قل أنفقوا طوعا أو كرها لن يتقبل منكم إنكم كنتم قوما فاسقين.
53. If these hypocrites want to avert the trouble of going to war by making a financial contribution, tell them, whether you make this offer willingly or unwillingly, it cannot be accepted, for you are surely a people who are deeply entrenched fasiqeen.
وما منعهم أن تقبل منهم نفقاتهم إلا أنهم كفروا بالله وبرسوله ولا يأتون الصلاة إلا وهم كسالى ولا ينفقون إلا وهم كارهون.
54. Tell them that the reason why their contribution cannot be accepted is that they are opposed to the divine order set up by the Rasul, and only join the assembly of Salat languidly, and do not make their contribution except reluctantly. 4. 142, 107. 5.
فلا تعجبك أموالهم ولا أولادهم إنما يريد الله ليعذبهم بها في الحياة الدنيا وتزهق أنفسهم وهم كافرون.
55. It is a fact that they have great riches and a large tribe. This should not, however, amaze you. It is these things which will become a cause for the devastation in this life. 9. 85. And they will not depart from here except in a state of kafr.
ويحلفون بالله إنهم لمنكم وما هم منكم ولكنهم قوم يفرقون.
56. They will swear by Allah that they are indeed one of you while they are not. They are cowardly and use hypocrisy to shield their cowardice.
لو يجدون ملجأ أو مغارات أو مدخلا لولوا إليه وهم يجمحون.
57. If they could find a place of refuge or any cavern or a crevice in the earth, they would rush towards it in headlong haste.
ومنهم من يلمزك في الصدقات فإن أعطوا منها رضوا وإن لم يعطوا منها إذا هم يسخطون.
58. There are some whose meanness goes to such an extent that they try to defame you, O Rasul, and allege that you have been partial in the distribution of the sadaqat. The fact is that if they had been given as much as they wanted they would have been pleased, but since they were not, they fell into a fury against you.
ولو أنهم رضوا ما آتاهم الله ورسوله وقالوا حسبنا الله سيؤتينا الله من فضله ورسوله إنا إلى الله راغبون.
59. How good it would have been for them if they had felt satisfied with their due share given to them by the divine order and said that their association with this order was enough for them. That in the future also they would continue to get their share and would refer their needs to the divine order. 59. 6.
إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمؤلفة قلوبهم وفي الرقاب والغارمين وفي سبيل الله وابن السبيل فريضة من الله والله عليم حكيم.
60. The sadaqat are meant for the 1. The indigent. 2. 273. 2. Those incapacitated to earn. 90. 15 to 16. 3. Those who are employed in the collection and administration of sadaqat. 4. Helping those who sincerely wish to join the divine order but are unable to do so due to financial difficulties. 5. Setting free those in bondage. 90. 13. 6. Those who are unduly burdened financially. 7. Those who strive in the cause of Allah and 8. Stranded travelers. This is an ordinance from Allah who is the all-knowing and wise.
ومنهم الذين يؤذون النبي ويقولون هو أذن قل أذن خير لكم يؤمن بالله ويؤمن للمؤمنين ورحمة للذين آمنوا منكم والذين يؤذون رسول الله لهم عذاب أليم.
61. There are some amongst the hypocrites who wish to annoy the Rasul by slander. They say that he lends an easy ear to one and all and is gullible. Tell them, O Rasul, that it is in their own interest that he listens to everyone. But he is not gullible because he believes in the laws of Allah and trusts the word of the believers. He is, therefore, rahmath to such of you as believe, and those who annoy the Rasul shall suffer a grievous chastisement. 17. 36. 49. 6.
يحلفون بالله لكم ليرضوكم والله ورسوله أحق أن يرضوه إن كانوا مؤمنين.
62. One of the strategies of the hypocrites is to bypass the divine order and to win over individual mu'mineen to their side by means of oaths. Tell them, O Rasul, that it would have been more appropriate for them to abide by the divine order instead of trying to win over individual mu'mineen.
ألم يعلموا أنه من يحادد الله ورسوله فأن له نار جهنم خالدا فيها ذلك الخزي العظيم.
63. Do they not know that for those who oppose the divine order, there is in store the fire of hell, therein to abide? There is no ignominy greater than this.
يحذر المنافقون أن تنزل عليهم سورة تنبئهم بما في قلوبهم قل استهزئوا إن الله مخرج ما تحذرون.
64. The hypocrites are fearful lest a surah be revealed which should disclose what is hidden in their hearts. Say to them, O Rasul, go ahead with your mockery. Allah will in any case lay bare that of which you are fearful.
وَلَئِن سَأَلْتَهُمْ لَيَقُولُنَّ إِنَّمَا كُنَّا نَخُوضُ وَنَلْعَبُ قُلْ أَبِاللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ وَرَسُولِهِ كُنْتُمْ تَسْتَهْزِئُونَ.
65. If you ask them, O Rasul, why they indulge in such mockery, they will surely say, we were amusing ourselves with light talk. Say to them, Do you amuse yourselves at the expense of Allah, His revelations, and His Rasul?
لا تعتذروا قد كفرتم بعد إيمانكم إن نعف عن طائفة منكم نعذب طائفة بأنهم كانوا مجرمين.
66. All these are lame excuses. The fact is that they have returned to kufr after professing iman. Some of them have done so knowingly. They are the real criminals and must be punished. Those who have followed them unknowingly and repent for their deeds may be forgiven.
المنافقون والمنافقات بعضهم من بعض يأمرون بالمنكر وينهون عن المعروف ويقبضون أيديهم نسوا الله فنسيهم إن المنافقين هم الفاسقون.
67. The hypocrites, whether men or women, are all alike. They enjoin what is forbidden by Allah's law and forbid what is recognized by this law to be good. They are close-fisted in the matter of spending for the cause of Allah. They have forsaken Allah completely and have overstepped the bounds of uprightness. Allah has also forsaken them. 59. 19.
وعد الله المنافقين والمنافقات والكفار نار جهنم خالدين فيها هي حسبهم ولعنهم الله ولهم عذاب مقيم.
68. The recompense for the hypocrites, men or women, and the kafirin is Jahannam wherein they will dwell. This recompense is adequate in itself. They will be deprived of the blessings of Allah and long-lasting chastisement awaits them.
كالذين من قبلكم كانوا أشد منكم قوة وأكثر أموالا وأولادا فاستمتعوا بخلاقهم فاستمتعتم بخلاقكم كما استمتع الذين من قبلكم بخلاقهم وخضتم كالذي خاضوا أولئك حبطت أعمالهم في الدنيا والآخرة وأولئك هم الخاسرون.
69. Tell them that you have become just like the people who lived before your time. They were more powerful than you, had greater wealth and larger progeny. They enjoyed their share of these things for a limited period, and then got perished. Likewise you also enjoy your share of good things of life for some time. And the way they wasted their lives in frivolous things, you also continue doing that. But remember one thing. These are the people whose entire works and activities, whether they are for this world or for the hereafter, all lay waste. So it is they, the entire lot of them who are the losers.
ألم يأتهم نبأ الذين من قبلهم قوم نوح وعاد وثمود وقوم إبراهيم وأصحاب مدين والمؤتفكات أتتهم رسلهم بالبينات فما كان الله ليظلمهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون.
70. Have they not heard of those who have gone before them, of the people of Noah and of Ad and of Tamid and of the people of Abraham and of those who had dwelt in Midian and of the cities uprooted? Their Rasul came to them with clear teachings but they did not pay heed to them and were destroyed. It is not the way of Allah to unjustly harm any people but people harm themselves.